Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Mike Brenner coming to you with the Brenner Blast and the Brenner Breakdown for April 2nd, Monday. All right, guys, no NBA action. Tonight is the national championship game. All right, it's going to be a good one. You got Villanova taking on Michigan. Got a big full card in Major League Baseball. Speaking of Major League Baseball, we got off the schneid yesterday. We got one done with the Washington Nationals and Gio Gonzalez. First half money line. They were up 2-0 against Cincinnati. That was a sharp call. Basketball, all right, we got to turn it around, man. We have got to sharpen that pencil. It backs up against the wall. The challenge is on, and I'm up for it. All right, I say it all the time. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint, but I don't like these, these moments of having 3 and 4 days of getting pounded. Don't like it. This has been a difficult year, but I am not worried whatsoever. Not throwing in any white towel, and certainly not going to feed into any negativity. So with that being said, again, we got some early baseball. Let's talk about some of it. Minnesota taking on Pittsburgh today. Pittsburgh's got Tylon on the mound. Minnesota take Lance Lynn going to be toeing the rubber. Minnesota's off to a 2-1 start. Playing at Pittsburgh, that is an early game. Then you got Kansas City. That's right. Kansas City taking on Detroit. Liriano's going to be taking the mound for Detroit. Detroit is favored -115 at home in this early game. You got a couple of winless clubs, so something's got to give today. Somebody's going to come out with the victory. First one of the year. Again, Major League Baseball, very, very short into the season. Then you got the Cardinals taking on Milwaukee. Milwaukee off to an awesome start, 3-0. Zach Davies going to be on the mound. Milwaukee is favored -125 in that contest against the winless St. Louis Cardinals. Then you got Chicago. Chicago, I'm telling you, this is something that's going to be an interesting year for them, and it seems like it's that way every year as of late. But Tyler Chatwood's going to be on the mound going up against Cincinnati. I'm telling you, man, I like this play. I'm not going to put an official pick out on it right now, but stay tuned. I've got an update on that later on. Then you've got the Chi Sox. They're off to a 2-0 start, taking on Toronto. Toronto 1-2, sending Jaime Garcia to the mound. White Sox, man, I'm telling you what, Lopez is going to be pitching today. Going to try to get this club to a 3-0 start. Did a lot of rebuilding last year. They're hoping to show the dividends this year. Baltimore taking on the defending champs. Houston coming home from the home opener. All right, this ought to be an interesting day. Charlie Morton's going to be toeing the rubber, and he got his ass shellacked in the last spring training game last week. So let's see how he rebounds. Baltimore off to a 1-2 start. Houston 2-1 thus far on the season. Then you got Boston. Man, I'll tell you what, Boston taking on a Miami club. Miami 2-2 after that split with Chicago. Boston off to a 2-1 start. This is going to be one of those years you're going to see some different faces, some different next man up mentality with Boston. I think you're going to be surprised at the production this team puts up this year, especially offensively. Then you got the Phillies taking on the Mets. You got Ben Lively taking on Matt Harvey. Mets off to a 2-0 start. Philadelphia, they're 1-2 and looking a little sloppy along the way. We'll see what happens there. Then the last game, and we've got a call on it that I wanted to talk about today. There's a couple other games on slate, but I'm not breaking them all down. All right, the A's are taking on Texas. The A's are at home. Texas has Bartolo Colon on the mound. I didn't even know. I thought last year with Minnesota it was all said and done. It was over. The 44 going on 45-year-old, all right, he's going to be pitching for Texas. Texas said we think he can turn it around from last year. Turn it around, the guy's 44 years old. But I'm telling you, last year there was a lot of Bartolo Colon days. We cashed a lot of tickets, fading him, nothing personal. Well, the A's, all right, I like it. They got Triggs on the mound, 4.27 ERA last year. They've won 11 of 19 versus Texas, the A's, so they really kind of had their number last year. But I think the advantage is Bartolo Colon. If he's got anything left in the tank, I think it's going to take some time for that to develop. We're pulling the trigger with the Oakland A's on the first half money line. All right, similar to yesterday, -145. Let's go for 2 in a row. I think Bartolo Colon going to get hit pretty hard in the beginning, so we'll see what happens. Taking the A's, first half money line, -145. All right, then you got Villanova tonight. This is national championship against Michigan. Michigan, one of the best defensive teams, going up against the best offensive team in the nation, top scoring team in the nation. Something's got to give. This is one of those games. Michigan has really been a little vulnerable vulnerable as early the last couple games, but they've been turning it on late. What we're going to do, we're going to have one pick in this game. Pulling that trigger, baby. Villanova on the first half to come out and get a commanding lead. First half is -3.5. I think they're going to get it done. That's what they certainly did against Kansas, and I think they're capable of doing it against Michigan. Michigan looked a little vulnerable against Loyola Chicago in that first half last time out. Jay Wright knows they're this close. This is a deep team, a very, very well-disciplined team. They know they're this close to getting another title. I'm telling you, I like it. Pulling that trigger, Villanova on the first half, -3.5. All right, guys, I got to fly. I got a big day today. Please, I hope you had a great holiday weekend, a safe weekend at that. We're going to turn this thing around. Keep tuning in, though, guys. 1-1 yesterday, then we were 2-1 and 2-1 the previous days on the video picks. So, nothing to hang our head about. We're going to bounce back. We're going to do it strong. We're going to do it with the paid picks as well. Again, 2 plays today. Major League Baseball, you got to take the Oakland A's first half money line -145. And in college basketball, Villanova on that first half -3.5. All right, guys, don't forget, you got to do it. Bet responsible. Beat your bookie and build that bank with Brenner. And don't forget, the Brenner Breakdown and the Brenner Blast is coming to you, baby. Hit that like button and share the channel if you haven't already.